All right. Hey,
Hello.
it's been a very long time, right? Hi everyone. Welcome back to our very special episode today. So we're gonna share a little bit more about things in life. I think it's no more better than having a interesting guest. That's Mr. Annie. Can you share with us a little bit about you?
Hello everyone. My name is Hung, but you can call me Andy for short.
Cool.
I'm working as a let's say English teacher
Wow.
here in Hanoi, and I've been working this job for 3 years.
Wow.
Or over
Yeah.
3 years.
Wow. Cool.
So I'm very glad to be here today to discuss a little bit about the topic that is related to job.
Yeah, wow, that's amazing. That's exactly. So the question that I just wanted to ask you, that's exactly like how long have you been teaching? So you just answered me, obviously. Now, I'm a little bit curious at first because we have known each other for quite a long time, but I think today it's our official first time having a
Right.
chance to be here and discuss really deep insights into all walks of life, and I'm very happy with that. And now, yes, today it's of course our very growing concern. It's we'll talk about job satisfaction. I think a lot of people nowadays they have a very a long life experience in this term, but I believe that those people, working people especially, they concern a lot more because of the really hot day, right? And competitive world as well. Now, my first question for you is. Hey, those people are struggling with how they can, get more experience in their working place. But after all of these, their expectation is all about money. So my question is that obviously things that people now, especially those working people, that expect when they go to work. What do you think? What do you think about this concern?
So what are the factors that influence people's
When they go to
satisfaction
work.
when they go to
Yes, exactly.
work? Well, personally, I think that job satisfaction is dependent on a variety of factors. But I'll just name 3 factors that I find is the most important ones.
Cool.
The first one is, for me, is money. It's money.
Yes.
It's simply because money is I think it's one of the most vital components when it comes to choosing a job.
Absolutely, huh?
Yeah, because I think that people care a lot about money because they have a family to care about, and the money that they get, I think that should be enough for them to cover daily basis and living expenses. So I think it's really, really important. It doesn't need to be high at first, but I think it has to be enough for them to cover daily bills.
Like daily basis.
Yeah, right.
Got it. Got your point. It's exactly true.
Yeah. Yeah.
With me, I think most of the time, right now I appreciate a job that give me the meaningfulness. What I mean is, coming to work with all my willingness. I'm happy that I get a lot of different opportunities out here, and work with my job with all of my energy. Because most of people right now coming to work with a very low energy.
Right.
So they come to work, they just wanted to wait until 5 p.m. ending, so we got a 9 to 5 job as we already understand about it. And the second in mind that I believe it's very important, it's of course salary pay of one of our main factors, as you were saying. I completely agree with that. But I think from deep inside, I really want to have a strong team that can really boost my personal experience. So I care more about the strong personal reaction when people have a chance to interact together. So for example, I am very fed up with working alone.
Yeah.
I gotta deal with all different situations alone. So I don't know what's going on and how it goes after all. So yeah, I completely agree with you. But do you think that are there any differences between those people and I understand that you now have been working with quite a lot of foreign teachers, right?
Right.
So they are foreign people. They have quite a different perspective of life. So I want to ask you, besides this, do you think that people coming from different country have a different, well-rounded perspective of job satisfaction? So what I mean is like foreign people and let's say Vietnamese people.
Well, I think it's really hard for me to generalize, but based on my experience, like I work with some foreign teachers here in Hanoi, and I think that they work with us just for money.
Oh, yeah.
They join our team and they work as a teacher, and I think that the majority of them they work for money.
Oh,
and
cool.
and after like earning enough money, they will go traveling or do
That is
something else.
what I mean is all people or the majority of
The majority
foreign
of
teachers?
foreign teachers that I worked with,
Oh yes,
not
that's
like
what I
and
mean.
not everyone.
Yeah. I understand
Yeah.
completely with you.
But I think that they also have like how to say passion for teaching as
Mhm.
well. That's why they like pay a lot of money for the teaching course, like the
Yes.
TESOL or
Yes.
CELTA.
Yes.
Like it's even more than $1,000 for a course
Yes.
in only a month.
Right.
So I think that they also have something like called passion teaching. So
Right.
yeah.
So what I've known from your answer is that you mentioned first it's about salary consideration,
Right.
and the second is their passion and their workplace. Yeah, it's kind of obvious when we talk about it. But what do you think? Like job satisfaction. I think because I have been working with quite a lot of like elderly, like those experienced senior people, not just teaching but also in managing, even in educational term as well. So what I've known from them is that they have a very stable feeling of work. But compared to those young, they likely to enjoy more of their, personal feeling, and they place a very high value in their, just what I say is about the emotional regulations, which is not really stable. So I want to ask you a little bit deeper with this question about job satisfaction for young people. Do we think that the turnover, the time, the amount of time that a young employee will think and leave the company, which is very short compared to the high one? Is it very like serious if we talk like those young people, they cannot have a real job satisfaction when they just witness in a short period of time in each company? Do you think so?
Yeah. Well, let's take me as an example. I will also like that in the past because that was a time for me to explore myself. Like at that time, I don't know, like I didn't know what to do and what I love to do. So I have tried many different kinds of jobs. I work even like a shipper.
Oh yeah.
And I work in
Cool.
a hotel, or I even worked in a restaurant.
That's awesome. Huh?
Yeah, so I think that youngsters they don't have like a stable feeling for the job. It's just because they are in the period of finding out themselves. And I also think that it's because they don't understand themselves deeply. Like they don't know what really love to do and what are their strengths and weaknesses.
All right.
So after working
makes sense.
after working like let's say 6 months or a year in a company, they feel like that job is not for them. So
They're not belonging to that.
Yeah, right.
So
they call the job.
organization. Yes.
Yeah. For me, like if people force me to do let's say accountant being an accountant. I think being an accountant is no for me. It's simply because like I'm not good at working with numbers.
Yes.
So if you force me to do that job, like just you better kill me.
Cool.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
But I'm very curious at first. Do you choose teaching as your career, as your expectation and your willingness at first? A few years ago when you started, entering your path into teaching?
Not really. From the beginning, I just had a strong desire to work in an educational organization as related to English. That is related to English.
Yeah.
And I was not for sure like what
housekeeper.
Yeah, even like I took a course. It's called working for foreigners here in Hanoi.
Yeah.
And they taught me how to do housework in the foreigner's house.
But in English, right?
In English.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I just know that I had the urge to work in English environment. Not really an English teacher to be specific, but after six months being a teaching assistant, I feel like I could do more. So I turned out to be like an English teacher.
Wow.
And I feel like this job,
it's a big step, huh?
Yeah.
It was actually a big step.
Yeah,
for you,
it's
I
a
think
big
so.
step. And after 6 months of being a teaching assistant, I turned out to be an English teacher, and I feel like this job is truly for me. It's truly for me at that time.
Wow, you got a really interesting story compared to me, because at first around 6 years ago, I got completely different ideas about what exactly I was doing at that time, because the only thing that I thought in that time is that I got a chance to pass the exam in university, and then I was there with some of my friends trying to tackle with different subjects in school. But the only thing that I thought in my mind is that so I tried my best to get a scholarship like other students,
Right.
but it was turned out to be I got a really bad score in one subject, so I thought in totally different way. So I turned out I wanted to learn English, so I entered a course a pronunciation course.
Yeah.
So after the course, the only thing that I thought is so I wanted to work with English to try to earn money to to buy some time, and then it was very natural that the job chose me at that time. And from now, it's very natural, I gotta say. So the problem here is at the very first time, fresher, we're very fresh, and we face with our life in a very easy and roses, with all the roses out here. So the only thing that we feel satisfied about job is we got some money. That was the only thing at first I thought, but now it's a lot more than that.
Right.
The reason why I moved from a freelancer to be an official employee belonging to one organization is that I really wanted to have a stable in my own personal feelings. So that is very important.
Because he got married, so
that's exactly,
he got
yes.
the whole family behind him.
Yes.
So
To wait, huh?
Yeah.
So you got two, but it's just hidden a little bit, and it will show up very soon with all of the vivid imagination. I believe so. And we'll go a little bit high and far around this first question, but I think we understand enough. So I still feel a little bit hesitant after all, because people right now they just say, I doubt myself that do I have enough ability to compete with other people who are exceptionally higher in their knowledge in terms of their outside experience as well. So the question better in mind to all people is that am I confident of myself after graduation? Because right now those people who are learning in or studying in university, they try their a lot of hands in different jobs during studying. But for those learning very hard at school, even their parents, they got a lot of assistance from their parents that, all right, your main purpose is to have to study, you have to learn from your heart. So do you think that those young people, university students, do you think that they need to put an extra mile to work while studying to get a little bit experience, and after that graduation they know the amount of knowledge to understand deep insight into the certain satisfaction at work? Do you think so?
Yeah, I believe that like when you are university students, I think that you should spend some time to like have a part-time job. Simply because like if you just study on like paper on books,
Yes.
I think you lack of working experience. Like,
Alright.
because like when you graduate from university and when you seek for a job, like the recruiter like require a little bit of working experience.
The employer, right?
Right. So like if they just see that like you have a good score on the paper and then you are good at studying, I think that your chances like to compete with the others, like the others they have like a lot more of working experience than you.
I agree.
think that like they will think about that. They will think that if you like if you good at studying, but when it comes to work, it's a different story. So I think that they might choose one who's like not really good at, but they have some experience.
Exactly.
In working.
Yes. And there is still one more very important and significant element. Those employers, they really expect employees to have. That is the attitude to
Right.
work. It's very important, I believe, because I had worked with a lot of good, excellent employees at their knowledge, but the attitude, it's not really well behaved. I think it's really have an like impactful to their own productivity, the level of productivity to be exact. And yeah, so I believe it's very nice to have the overall energy around that kind of question. So going a little bit deeper, what I heard from now is, so you got experience now. You experience with a certain levels in life, walks of your life in different companies and organizations. So a few years of experience, allow you to think that you're going to have your own business. What do you think about this opinion?
I did think about that. I did think that because like I can label myself as a person who really like freedom, like to be free.
Cool.
So working like a 9-to-5 job, I think this is not for me back then. But now like I am more down to earth, so I think that having a stable job 9-to-5 is okay, and then I can do extra job in the evenings as an English teacher. Because like the reason why I say that I changed my mind is because like owning a business is not like a piece of cake, especially for people, for a person like
it's
me.
a really big deal, I think.
Because like I actually did some like how to say like a test on the internet about like to find out my characteristics, like is it like
Yes, all right.
is it job suitable for me, or like, is it like can
And
I
you believe in that? You believe in that test?
I did the test, and the result like it suits me a little bit, like because I can sense that I'm not that type of person who can
manage
things,
things, especially people.
Yeah.
Yes.
So because like we are human beings, so we are not the same. We have different strengths and weaknesses.
Yes.
So
I agree.
I think owning a business, like if you don't own a business, I think it's not a big deal. Like especially for me now, I think that I will be the best version of myself. I will do the best with my job,
Yes.
and I probably want to be an expert
Oh yeah.
in the
Yes.
line of work that
Yes.
I'm looking.
Yeah.
So I think
I
yeah.
agree. Yeah. So
It's no big deal.
what I think is you really wanted to follow your you wanted to be an expert in something. So being an expert is your path of choice. I believe. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool about it because what I've noticed now, I have managing around 7 to 10 people working in the same company. So we work as a team. So the most difficulty and the most challenging thing for me right now is to balance the human emotions. So as I already mentioned before, it's the emotional regulations of people, especially young people, are varies and changing a lot over time. So sometimes you gotta be
Understanding.
yeah, you gotta turn them into comfort sometimes. So it's not easy. It's not as the way you manage your own, that you work alone. So that's my.
I think that managing is just one of the things that you have to do when it comes to owning a business. Because if you run your own business, like there are more stuff that you have to care about, like money or people or stuff like that. Not just
how to launch and then approach to potential customers.
Yeah, right.
I agree with you, completely agree. Yeah, it's exactly true, and we can deny that there are a lot of different factors out there, hidden side that we gotta face, and especially we're young, so we got a lot of chance to witness with different kinds of job in our market. So yeah, it's completely obvious.
Yeah.
And so it's been a little bit of like one of my all-time curiosity because those people asking me a lot around to understand more because for example they say that you're just very young, you need to be understandable about the overall job, so it's better for you to be a normal employee, so you can experience a few years and after that you can move to another position. But what I heard right now is from Vietnam, and especially people in the world, they can be very talented, they're very dedicated with their job and with all of their enthusiasm. So we got a course like, all right, your talents will never wait to your age. So what I mean is those young leaders can be an excellent, what I mean is excellent leaders, excellent managers. Do you think so?
Excellent. I think this is a big word for a youngster to be a leader. But I think that they can be a good leader, not really an excellent leader, because I can see a lot of my friends, they even my younger brother, he's also and I follow some of the successful people on Facebook. Then they are really talented. They're really young. They are directors of companies, successful companies, and
exciting.
Yeah. So I think that youngsters could be leaders, good leaders.
All right. So no, I want to go here a little bit farther, a little bit, because what I want to ask and concern right now is that those older ones, older employees, they kind of disrespected to a leader who are very young. They think that you do not have enough experience in your age out there, and even of your expectation of your job. Of course, you gotta be really respectful in that case. So what I mean is, from your position, if you were a leader, what would you do to gain respect from other employees, especially old employees?
just
Your stuff.
Yeah.
That's a big deal, I think.
Yeah. So in my case, I suppose that we just do it like we just prove that we are a good leader by
Yes.
taking action. Like we
Yeah.
show them the result.
Agree.
We show them the result that we can be a good leader. Like we can manage things. That we can like maximize the profit for the company, or we can do more than that. Not just by word, not just say to them that
Right.
you are a good leader.
Yes.
And I think that being a good leader at young age is not about like the old say that the young like they don't have enough experience. But I think
Yes.
it doesn't. It's not related. Like there's no connection between two things, because like the experience that you gain is doesn't relate to the age
The current job that you
yeah,
are
right.
trying to deal with. I
Yeah,
agree with you. Yeah.
Because like if one young person he or she spends like devote a lot of the time to experience things, I think that he can gain a lot of experience more
Right.
than the old.
Got it.
Yeah.
So what I summarize from your answer is that is kind of the components of managing skills and helping people. So we still show a great deal of respect to other staff.
Right.
So and we show our level of productivity. So that is the most important thing. But normally, when it comes to managing and being a leader, I believe that those young people really need to learn a lot from old.
Right.
And that's
We still have
normally
things to learn a lot.
Yeah, we learn a lot from there. So I think we got quite a lot of different aspects of life today regarding to job satisfaction. I am very honored and happy to have you here. Before we're wrapping up the topic today, we just want to share a little bit about like our plan in the next few weeks after Tet holiday, because we really wanted to have a friendly environment when people have a lot of chance to interact in English, and especially for those who are very passionate about English speaking, is to be specific. And I just want to tell with other you guys after one of my very great companion here, he's going to share with us about what is he going to expect from this short path that we're going to go along with each other. Yeah.
So you are talking about let's say this is the coffee talk.
Yes.
Coffee talk series, or you are talking about the club that we are about to open.
It's going to be our short coffee shop. Yes.
Okay. So yeah, this is the
first time.
The first time that we that we do it.
Yeah.
So I think that this is great that we can practice English together, and we can widen our knowledge about different things in life. So we'll try to do more video like this after Tet holiday, and I think we can add some subtitles on the video that will help you to learn English as well.
Yes.
So stay tuned for more videos, and
Absolutely.
there will
Absolutely.
be like a lot of interesting topics that are waiting for you.
Exactly. So we call the hidden side. So normally we're very hectic these days. Of course, people have different things to care about. But with me right now, I don't know why, but I come here normally, and today I came here very early. The only thing that I care right now is I got a chance to speak, to really release my willingness to speak, really. So sometimes I feel like I don't have anyone to talk to, and it's it drives me crazy sometimes, really, because I cannot really set aside my time to go to join any English clubs in Hanoi. So I think this is a very important chance for us to be together and then share and then explore different things in our lives. So thank you so much from the deep of my heart.
Yeah, so we might like invite
people,
some of our friends, or even
join
you guys
come
join
in.
us
Yes.
to do stuff like this.
Yes.
And so we can can like learn English and we can practice English. We
Yes.
can share different
Right.
things in life together.
Raise curiosity and excitement, huh?
Right.
So it's the end of today's episode. I'm very happy with Mr. Andy here, and hope to see you very soon with the next interesting video. Goodbye.
Bye.